Safety first, guys, safety first. Oh no, I'm back once again. The sun's out. Here we are, the £1 yacht. So today we're going to get this cover off while the sun's out. A little bit of sanding to do, a little bit of prep work to do, and then hopefully we'll be in the back of the van opening it up, picking out the Yacht high build 2-pack primer and getting some primer on this hull and top sides. So let's get on with it. So time to get this cover off and see what we're working with today. I don't know how long we're going to have sunshine for, but it'll be nice if it stays here all day. There is a bit of sanding to do, as always. Around the windows, there's areas I haven't done yet. We'll get the cover off and see what we see. Oh, sunshine. So we'll get the trusty old dirty sander out. Oh, look at the dust off that. It's all over me van already. So we need the sander out. We need some 80s discs, which I've gone through thousands of. Stick that on there, like so. I'm getting good at accurately putting these discs on. And my dust collector. Oh no. Bit dusty that. Oh. That was off the last time I did a bit of sanding. Lots of dust. Make sure that lid's on properly. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a mask. Safety first, guys, safety first. Alright, so disc ready to go, batteries on. Let's get these windows prepped. So as you can see, we just prepped around that window there, clogged the disc up pretty quick because it was just really, the paint was awful. So, but as you can see, the gel coat is in some serious state around here. So realistically, there's a lot of skimming to do here with epoxy and filling, but I'm unsure whether I should just grind this right back to the GRP. One of the subscribers in the comments mentioned a brilliant way of doing these windows where you get rid of the holes and obviously use a Sikaflex system to bond the windows in. And he said his has been good for 10 years and not one drip and no holes and no screws have to be put in. So this is a method I am 100% fully thinking about doing. It will make the job watertight is what it needs to be. So that's one of the methods I'm looking at. I will be going back to his comment to write all the stuff down. I do read all the comments, guys, every one of them, and reply back to everybody as well, unless your comment is nonsense. So this area here, I haven't flatted this down yet, so that needs to be a quick flat as well, so we'll give that a go. So even though I've sanded the life out with this boat, because it was so bad on the gel coat and it was in such an ill state, without skimming the entire boat in its entirety, I am really praying that Yacht high build 2-pack epoxy primer is very high build. Otherwise, when I put the paint on, this is the kind of distance I'm going to need to film the £1 yacht from when we're putting paint on if that high build primer looks terrible. Let's hope I don't have to film from this distance on time lapse. Let's get back to the boat. I'm just going to bring the entire box of discs over here because it just chews them. It's just sticky, and you know how it is, guys. You've seen enough sanding on this thing so far. Like an expert at changing discs and lining them up perfectly every time, because I've changed that many. Hundreds of pounds worth of discs so far. Let's keep on sanding. Complain about the rain. It's very warm sanding today, but PK Adventures, you know who you are, in the comments, it could be a lot worse. He's currently experiencing 2 months of 40 degrees, and he did say he'd like a bit of rain. I don't need 40 degrees here. I need about 21. Perfect. Maybe it's a little bit overcast. So yeah, the boat's got measles, guys. This gel coat, it's like so pitted and horrible that literally the entire boat needed like skimming on its entirety. Just let's hope high build primer does a bit. We'll see. Only time will tell. Let's go and sand the other side. You know, when you convince yourself that you're ready for primer, and you think you are, and then you find another 150 areas that still need sanding and prepping. Hey, the joys of taking on the submarine. It never disheartens me whatsoever, but what it does do to me is go, how have I missed that? How have I missed that? That's not ready for primer. That needs sorting out. It's just like the list goes on. And I haven't even started really in that cockpit. The cockpit is still a bomb site. Wow. And I convinced myself, guys, I was almost ready for primer. I best keep on sanding quick. Not sanded this because I can do this off the boat. But that needs a serious bit of sorting out. Let's rest that there so I don't destroy it. Oh. Ah. Bits you don't see until now. Best get the old sandpaper out. Married to sandpaper. Wow. Okay. One of the lads has said to me before, "Oh, you're not using the 10-foot rule on the paint job." I says, what on ever on earth is the 10-foot rule? If it looks good from 10 foot, it's good to go. Oh. The 10-foot rule. Guys, if you've heard of the 10-foot rule, please hit me up in the comments. The 10-foot rule sounds pretty good. Oh, let's keep on sanding. 10-foot rule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Even without paint, it looks good from 10 foot. Hey, I think that rule's pretty good. I'm actually quite liking that rule. The 10-foot rule. I could put it in the water today. Oh, man. Why did I never think of the 10-foot rule? So as I was saying before, as you can see, the gel coat's completely and utterly shot massively on the step, and the cockpit floor also is completely shot. So my plan is, of course, when we're doing the primer, I'm absolutely sweating, is to use a Treadmaster type, you know, tech deck, whatever you may call it, in this cockpit, because it's never ever going to come back to a standard. So obviously the downside is when you primer it and you spend all your time prepping the coach house roof and all the hull and stuff like that, you completely forget about the cockpit because you haven't been in it for a while. So yeah, there's a bit of work to do here. Maybe I was a little bit premature on ready for primer. Now, it is ready for primer. At the end of the day, I can still put primer on because it needs that primer so I can see all the bad areas. You know, it's going to enhance anything that needs to be done and addressed. But I'm one of these who likes to just keep on sanding, getting everything ready, so you're not like, oh, I've got to do that bit again. Just like, get it done. That's what it's about. Sunny days. Oh, guys, by the way, you probably realise I changed colour partway through the videos because the tide came in, and I've got a ski boat as well, and I couldn't resist taking it out for a blast down the river and back again on sanding. But I left it till the next day because I went out and it was that good and that hot and that warm and that nice. I kind of stayed out until the tide was done. yeah, sorry guys. I enjoyed myself on the afternoon in the river with the sun. Right, back to sanding this thing. Nothing more adventurous than getting involved with something that should have been crushed. Oh, great. I do like Milwaukee, but this thing here, the dust catcher, you touch it and it falls off and you just get dust everywhere. So I don't see the point in it catching it really. Milwaukee, if you're watching here, improve this bit here, this plastic rubbish that you make. And the lid falls off. And now I've got dust everywhere. Try to keep it cleaner. Oh, tide's in. No, I'm not playing out again. Uh-oh. Here comes trouble. The wife's just arrived to see how I'm getting on. I can just see her car coming through the gate now. Might get her to get some work done now. You okay?
Yeah, I'm going to rest off it now. I'm going to get something on if you want to come.
Do I carry on sanding or do I go for dinner?
Go for dinner.
I'm going for dinner. More £1 boats.
That looks actually really good, that's it.
So back from a bit of dinner, was going to go back to the boat, but guess what? Usual's happened. Started to rain. Nice. It looks like I'll be seeing you guys on the next video. Hold tight, we'll soon be back.